Hey, this is Jacob. I'm going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings, who are about to take on the 2017 season of NFL. I'm very excited about the potential, but I'm also a little skeptical about the way this could turn out. It could be a hot mess if some if the ball doesn't bounce the right way. Blah, blah, blah. But I'm just messing around. Sorry. But well, they've picked their squad more or less. Of course, you can always pick some players off the waivers, but off from other squads as well. But more or less now, at the moment, it's more or less stacked the way it should be for the roster perspective. You can't really do much from now on. Maybe if somebody gets waived or cut or something like that, but it, I just can't see why the Vikings should do this right now. They need to have the salary cap the way it is. Sorry, they need to keep their salary cap and their salary depth per se. They need to keep the money. So if unforeseen things like last year's problems with the O line reoccurs, you have the money. You have some leverage to do something, which was a huge problem last year. Um, Especially if you go big, you need to have something to deal with situations like that. Um, but the 53-man squad right now, I'm decent. I'm not surprised that they cut Boone. I think he's a decent leader of the squad, a vocal leader, but he hasn't proven a damn shit on field. You could say that he hasn't got a fair chance, a living chance in this tenure where he has been at the Vikings, but really he hasn't shown anything. He has been a liability in the blocking game, and the run blocking, and he has been um, not that great at the pass protection either. I think you could certainly cut him if he doesn't want to go down in salary, and that didn't happen. He didn't want to, else he would have stayed. I'm certain, but yeah, that's all right. T.J. Clemmings finally left the building. I think it's a little sad for him. I think people treated him way too hard, but he did suck really badly as a tackle. But it was fun to see him try at guard. It wasn't the worst. But yeah, then we got the QB situation with Teddy staying at least for 6 weeks on the PUP list. I don't really know what to say about it. It's getting really funky right now. Sam Bradford has been mediocre in the preseason. It has been more of the same shit from last season, where it's too many checkdowns, and I think he's doing a better job using his feet, getting out of the pocket when it collapses. But he's horrendous at stepping up in the pocket, as every Viking fan knows. But still, there's just something magical, that touch you need to have to be an excellent quarterback or game-winning quarterback. It just lacks with him, with Sam Bradford. I don't know what it is, but it's just not there. Um, Teddy, it's closer at least, and he's becoming more of a leader in a way, at least outside of the locker room. He's a leader of the community almost. People root for him. and the teammates root for him as well. So it's certainly Mike Zimmer has his back. You can be that is just certainty. He will get back in the starting lineup if Bradford doesn't pick up his game. Case Keenan has been good. Actually, I think he kind of outplayed Bradford, but that's just limited playing time for Bradford, and struggling O-line at times on the first stringers. I think the standouts for me watching the preseason has been CJ Ham. I think he has done an excellent job with the second stringers and also the first and third stringers. No, not really the third stringers, but he has done some excellent blocking and been actually quite all right as a fullback, bulldozing his way or setting up blocks. Protecting the running back and setting up room for guys like Murray or Dalvin Cook. I think he's doing his job. He's playing like Matt Asiata did in the 2014? Yeah, I think it was that. The year Adrian was out with a suspension. You can see some of it, and I liked Matt Asiata in that season only, but CJ Ham got a lot more tools to work with. So I like him a lot. I think he has proven himself worthy of a spot. I think also Rashad Hill and let me just see Berger and Pat Elfline has done an excellent job at the O-line. I think they've withstood the pressure, while other players like Remus, you haven't seen much, unfortunately, of Reeve. But I think Berger and Elfline and Rashad Hill has done respectable job. And I like it. That's something to build off. Some momentum stemming from that performance. So that's good. That's almost the first time in 2 years where you've been able to say that. Some hype surrounding it. Sorry. The tight end position right now is kind of weird since they've got Blake Bell, but obviously they want Buggy Hodges. But he's on IR and want to claim that way. Carl Rudolph, always good, been a little injured. David Morgan still needs to see some catching from him, but certainly a good in a protection scheme. But need to see more. Laquan Treadwell has done an excellent, has had an excellent preseason and also off season in total. Little sad that he got injured, but I think he proved himself, and certainly you can utilize him. I want to see him be used more on third downs as a 50-50 target. I'm certain he can do something. Stefan Diggs, up and down in the preseason, but always a threat. Phelan, steady as the vote. He's always reliable. That's something you need. Stacey Coley and Rodney Adams, pleasant surprise. That I think they've made their mark. I think Jerry Wright is getting cut. I don't know really. You probably want to trade him, but if you can't cut him, and then you'll get Michael Floyd in, who has been actually a really good signing. Obviously a tough situation with him, but it's okay. Defense, I think, have performed underperformed actually. Bills game was good in preseason, but I've I've seen enough from the D line. It's sufficient. It's really good at times. Um, I still a little skeptical about certain positions. Not at the D line. I'm not talking about that, but maybe you could argue about certain spots. But that's just due to the way we're playing, the scheme we're using. So you will always have a little problem with the run game, and I think it is quite a big problem for the Vikings defense that we are so damn poor at stopping the run game, getting off the blocks. We have made some critical errors when getting off blocks. It has been atrocious at times. So that needs to be solved. I think I do believe that Anthony Barr and Kendricks will pretty much decide which kind of Vikings defense we're going to have this season. They are so damn good, but it is just on and off with Barr at times. Kendricks makes mistakes, but he can make up for it. Barr not so much. I want to see them when they're using their full scheme with the A gaps, but the gaps scheme they're using to rush the passer. But more importantly, the secondary. Trey Waynes, what's up with him? He's a good cornerback. There's no doubt in my mind. But why he's still playing like he's a rookie? He needs to have some confidence. He can't. He needs to get some swagger, some momentum, build something from his play. He's not that bad, and he's playing like he's terrible. He's playing like he will get beaten each play. I don't understand it at all. Xavier Rhodes, maybe no. You can't judge much from his preseason. I think it's been decent. He can play. Mackenzie Alexander has been thoroughly embarrassing to watch in the preseason. It's been a no-show. Really sad to see him not perform the way I want him to perform, but obviously the development of him maybe will take some more time. I don't know. It's looking kind of rough for him, at least in the slot. He should go outside, but I don't know who he should back up for. I don't know. He needs to prove himself. He's making way too many errors in just reading the game, placing himself, using his feet and the technique and such. The game is going way too fast for him at times, and he's still too jumpy. And he needs to be more reliable if a run breaks out. I'm not feeling confident that he will be there to break a run, not break a run, but break up a run from the opponent. If somebody gets outside or to secondary, I'm not feeling confident in him at that point. Jaron Curse, still more time to develop. I think he can get there. Sendejo, it's okay. Harrison Smith, always good. Nothing in particular to comment about. Ben Gideon and Jaleel Johnson, outstanding. Jaleel Johnson done anything and everything, pretty much. He's been tremendous alongside Eric Wilson and Tayshaun Bauer. You can't expect much more from undrafted and late round picks. It's tremendous work. And yeah, of course, Ben Gideon was not a late round pick, but Jaleel Johnson and Bauer, really, really, really fun to watch them. Also Wilson, really fun to watch. Certainly got some raw talent that you don't see every day. So that's really much to build off from. Then we got yeah, Gideon needs to get better as a pass in the pass. What is it called? Um, defending downfield. What am I talking about? He's really good, really good to find to spot the ball carrier. He's really good to get up to the line of scrimmage, finding the gaps or blocking the gaps, and getting up there and actually being physical and doing such things as you want. For example, to see more from Anthony Barr, you can just feel his presence when he's on the field. You know he's going to get there. You know he's going to get somewhere near the ball on each play, at least when they're running. He's not that. He needs to get better as at pass defending, but yeah, I don't know if he can step up there, but you never know. Then, lastly, at least on the defensive side, I actually don't know if there's much more to talk about. To be honest, I think it is what it is right now. They haven't done excellent. They've done decent to kind of underperforming, at least in that atrocious game against, what was it, against the 49ers. Jeez, it was bad. Getting burned and just getting robbed at the line of scrimmage, since we couldn't stop the running game at all. And Brian Hoyer was running away with it. But yeah, let's just run through some of the games we're going to play. I'm just trying to predict that just on top of my head what is going to happen. Against the Saints, home opener at home. Yeah, home opener. What am I talking about? Slow me. Slow mind. But the Vikings, I think they will win. I certainly do. I don't think AP will get much. Unless we don't. Of course, if we can't stop a run, then we're going to have a problem. We have to stop Will Snead. We have a problem if Snead gets going. Michael Thomas as well is a problem. Fleener needs to be protect. You need to get rid of him. I don't believe that unless you need to get something going from the D line. The D line needs to win this game defensively. They are so weak when you get to rush Drew Brees. He's not that mobile, and when you get to hit him, he can be rattled a little. But at least, of course, you should be defending great. You should do a great job of defending downfield, but I think it starts from the D line in this game. If you want to win, we need to stop that run, for and foremost. Offensively, we should be able to pick on this not so great Saints defense. We should be able to run the ball. We shouldn't get killed by their pass rush, and we should certainly be able to beat their secondary, and especially their linebacking core. To be honest, really mediocre. I think we should be able to win it. At Steelers, I think this one is going to be really tough to win. They have so many playmakers, and Jesus Christ, we have some problems in the secondary if we can't match up. We will get picked on at least if Trey Waynes can't match up. We need to have a plan for Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell, the running. We really gotta stop the run, and I don't know if we can do it. We need to get Roethlisberger to make mistakes, and you can only do that if if we step up on the first and the second down. And the Vikings have been really poor at doing that. Defensively, offensively, I think we could have problems as well. All in all, I'm not feeling it. A loss. Okay, home at the Buccaneers. Home against the Buccaneers. I think this is a win. To be honest, Buccaneers got a lot of weapon and a lot of talent, but they also got fairly much of hot and cold kind of dynamic with the team. They got so much raw talent, but they got so much stupidity in the team. It's just they're making so many brain dead mistakes still. And I need to see them be more consistent, and I think the Vikings can beat them out. They have the same amount of talent as them, but Vikings should be able, just based on routine and being confident in themselves, they should be able to beat this one. And again, we got some matchup problems downfield. It's going to be a tough game, but I think we can win it. Against the Lions at home, Lions got a really decent squad, but again, we got a better squad. We need to win this game. There's no way we should lose once again against the Lions. For Christ's sake, last year is haunting me still. It can't be true if we can't win this shit. So I'm thinking I win, but I don't know. Then we got the infamous at Bears. We are always so piss poor playing at the Bears. It could be a surprise loss. I wouldn't wonder if we lost a game like that. It's so sloppy. That team is getting better, but it still lacks a hell of a lot of talent. They got so many weak spots. But if we are not playing right and if we can't stop the running game, it's over. We could easily lose a game like that. So yeah, it's really, really a hard game to predict. Home against the Packers, always a toss-up. If we can initially stop the Packers from driving downfield and stop their passing game, we have a chance. And I'm feeling it. We have been able to play really well against the Packers the last couple of years. Then the Ravens, we will win this one. I'm certain. As well as at Browns, even though it's in London, I'm going to attend it. But both of these games we should be able to win. We have more talent, and we got, for all I know, we got enough talent just to win this if we play disciplined and don't make stupid mistakes, and the defense play the way it should, and the offense doesn't make colossal mistakes. And this is a game, at least against the Ravens, where the offense needs to be focused. You can't play sloppy against these guys. Then we got at Redskins after a bye week. I'm thinking we're going to lose this one. I'm not feeling it at all. But then again, they've lost a lot of weapons. So it's not a hard schedule the Vikings have. The Vikings don't got a hard schedule this year, so you can certainly win this one. You need to get Kirk Cousins uncomfortable, and you don't want to let them run the ball. Their O-line's too good. The Rams should be a win. I'm really not feeling the Rams. They are really piss poor. At Lions, again a toss up. I don't know. And it's prime time. It's everything. You never know how those games are going to turn out. Falcons, probably a loss, to be honest. They got way too many weapons. The offense is really good, and the defense should be great as well. At Panthers could be a loss as well. It would really, really mind boggle me if the Panthers are not going to play well this year. Then at home versus the Bengals should be a win. I really don't think the Bengals got much to play for at this time of year. They are not a good squad, and they have so many internal problems. Yeah, I don't believe that the Bengals are going to be any good this year. Packers at Packers, really hard game, really important game. Um, yeah, Packers are favorites as always when you're playing against them at this time of year at Lambeau. But we've proven we can do it, so why not? You never know. And then the Bears at home should be a win, but you need to be focused. So all in all, I think at least a 10-win season. So somewhere in the ballpark around 10 wins. But things can happen. But we got a pretty alright schedule. There's the rough spot around the start of December. That's the rough part of the schedule, but we can certainly do this, and we got enough talent, and we shouldn't be rattled by the preseason clown fiesta. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. Skål Vikings. Skål!